Hello there everybody, and welcome back to my F1 22 career mode. We are now at the second race in Jeddah, and currently I am enjoying the F1 Hot Laps feature, which is new for this season's game. And I'm going to spare you what happened the first couple of times I've attempted this, because, well, it's only embarrassing for myself, and even this one's slightly embarrassing as I crashed the car right at the end, but we did enough to get the silver, so I'll take it. But it's now time to get into the serious business, that is qualifying. So anyway, if you haven't seen the previous installment from Bahrain, yeah, go back and check that out before you check this one out. This is your last chance to do so before spoilers. Well, it was a very painful start in Bahrain. We were just lagging around at the back of the pack, you know, struggling to understand the car and just the handling model of it. But here we are in Jeddah. I've had a few practice races and I've got myself up to speed just a little bit more. So here's hoping that I am closer to the pack here than I was in Bahrain. I also feel like bad strategy hampered me at Bahrain too, so it's just a combination of things that just didn't go right. But anyway, here we are at Jeddah, we're qualifying, and you know what, I feel like this is a pretty good lap so far. We're going to complete it. It's going to be a 1:31. Yeah, it's just about 1:31. And as you can see, we're ahead of our teammate Zhou Guanyu. And it's enough for 16th. So do we have a shot here of getting into Q2 for the first time? That would be nice. So I'm giving it all on this lap. And I've gained 2 tenths. I do feel like there might just be a little bit more time to gain though. But this is enough for P14, and you know what? We might really have a shot here. I did attempt a third lap, but eventually I got blocked by traffic. Was it enough to get through though? No, it wasn't! And look at that, we were 3/1000ths of getting through, but even more so, if we'd have got through, we'd have knocked out Max Verstappen. So we very nearly knocked Max Verstappen out of Q1, and it's going to be P17 for the race, so I feel like opportunities will come to us.
So here we are then, welcoming you today to one of the jewels of the Arab world. Jeddah, one of the biggest cities in Saudi Arabia, second only to Riyadh, gateway to Mecca. One of the biggest ports in the region, and now host to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at a topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. And the smooth operator, Carlos Sainz, completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Russell, Bottas, Fernando Alonso, Ocon, and Kevin Magnussen, Norris, Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher, and Joe, Vettel, Stroll, Joker, and Pierre Gasly, Ricciardo, Ticktum, Latifi, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Anthony Davidson joins me once again. The man with experience out on the track. How do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Not the end of the world then, P17, and I feel like opportunities will come to us. There's a lot of wheel-to-wheel racing and action that goes on here at Jeddah, and it's one of those races that anything goes, so be prepared for anything. And you know what, it's very good to see the start tyres on the formation lap, because now I know what tyres everybody is going for, and as you can see from the graphic, everybody is going for the mediums. You have three options, of course, the soft, medium and hard. If you go for soft, you're going to be quick for about 3 laps, but after that you're going to struggle. So it's worth staying on the mediums and sticking to that one-stop strategy. I haven't actually tried a 2-stop yet in this career mode, so that might be something worth doing a little bit later on, especially if we have a faster car. But now we're approaching, lining up on the grid, and as I said in the first episode, I wish IRL it was as quick as this. Everybody just lining up in an organised manner. That never happens. But anyway, we are now on the grid. We're getting ready for the start of this race. It's going to be a 25-lap race. And like I said, Jeddah usually holds a lot of action. We saw it in the finale of my 2021 career mode. But it's lights out and away we go. We've got a decent run off the start there. Vettel and Stroll, those seem to have got away pretty well. Stroll's having a little bit of a send down the inside. Gasly also. Vettel sort of came to a stop, so I'm trying to have a look around the outside of him and trying to get through there. That has worked. I'm now ahead of Vettel. Zhou Guanyu and Gasly are side by side going through the first sector, so that could get a little tasty for us if they keep holding each other up. They're banging wheels there, and I think Zhou Guanyu has to back out of that. So we've maintained our starting position, so nothing too shabby there, just a decent start. And now we're looking at how we can move forwards. Nearly going into Zhou Guanyu now. I want to watch my brakes. I think Stroll is heading this train here. So I think Stroll has made some big gains on lap 1. And we're trying to find a way through Zhou Guanyu. And I think we're going to have to just wait it out a little bit. And ooh, that's Stroll and Schumacher there getting pretty racy. I think that's Schumacher trying to get the position of Stroll. And Zhou Guanyu has another attempt on Gasly. Is there a way through here? No, there is not. Zhou Guanyu closes the door and just reminds me that I am not coming through there. And if I'd tried it, that would have been a front wing loss. So we're not going for it now, but we are going to go for it down the inside here. Is there a way through? No, we just did not make the corner there. And we're trying to stick it out around the outside, but Zhou Guanyu is having none of it. Right, we're going to have to rethink this one now. And again, well, it's Gasly and Stroll getting racy there. So Stroll's dropping positions quite quickly. Gasly has now got him. And Zhou Guanyu is going to turn his attention on him. Oh, once again, I'm trying to go through there, but Zhou Guanyu just cuts that straight off. Gasly has got past Stroll. And Stroll is just a bit of a mobile chicane at the moment. Right, now we've got to run around the outside of Zhou Guanyu, but he's going for Stroll. And the two of them are racing each other. And while they're both compromised, can I nip them both down the inside? Yes, I have. Nice double overtake there. That is the type of wheel-to-wheel action I promised to bring you in these career mode series. And after a disappointing Bahrain, I am happy to bring it to you. So while they were battling each other, I just nipped from up the inside and took both of them. And Stroll won't be best pleased because he's lost 2 places in one corner. Right, this is Bottas on Alonso. Bottas going down the inside. And where's Fernando going? That's not the circuit. So we are seeing AI making more mistakes here. And I'm really glad they factored in AI making mistakes, because you know what? It is realistic. It adds a nice realistic touch to see other drivers making mistakes and not just me. You see drivers make mistakes all the time IRL, so it's a nice little thing they've added in and factored in. Right, I am now racing Pierre Gasly for 13th, and I am really happy to be doing so. No way through just yet. Oh, no, there is, because Gasly's locked up and gone wide, and that is P13, and we have taken Gasly. Right, next target is Mick Schumacher. You see there, Pierre Gasly just locks up into the corner, does something very similar to what Fernando did, and I just say, thank you very much, Pierre. I will just relieve you of that position, sunshine. Right, next up is Mick Schumacher. is a couple of seconds ahead, and I'm just having a little bit of a think about how I can do this. And I'm thinking maybe I can pit after him and get a little bit of an overcut on the Haas driver, because we've seen that when you come out on new tyres, you really struggle with the cold tyres, and that's another nice little touch I feel they've added for this game. And you can see I have caught Mick Schumacher, but Pierre is staying with me. The three of us are pretty much together there, so it's concertinaing just a little bit. Some of the AI pits, and Schumacher doesn't, which is quite irritating for me because I wanted to get through him quickly. So we might have to pit next lap and do it on the track, because I don't want to stay out any longer than I need to. And Charles Leclerc's out of the race. I believe he was our race leader. Charles Leclerc, well, as a Leclerc fan, I'm gutted, but it does mean an extra position for us and one place closer to the points, I might add. So that's going to be good here. And meanwhile, this is looking pretty tasty as well. George Russell coming out of the pits, Verstappen up to speed, and Max closing him off there. That looked really close. I really thought Russell was going to have that. Right, now we're on the tail of Mick Schumacher. Oh, that's not the circuit, Joe. That is really not the circuit. Schumacher then just about with Tsunoda, and there are 2 places up for grabs, but all the more excitingly for us, there are points on the table. And after the disappointment of Bahrain, just to be near the points, it feels like I'm winning the championship, honestly. It's good to be back, wheel to wheel, racing amongst the mid-pack. But now we are chasing Schumacher. Can we get the move done here? Schumacher goes defensive. We're going to go up the inside, and we have taken Mick Schumacher there. We've taken P10, and we are into the top 10, into the point scoring positions. Next up is Yuki Tsunoda, and I do feel like Mick banged wheels with me a little bit there, but we are through. Although Mick Schumacher coming back at me, he's got me. I did not think Mick was going to do that, but Mick Schumacher getting a move done there that I did not anticipate him doing. But now we've got a double dose of DRS, so I don't know, Mick. I feel like you should not have gone for that one, because now we have a nice double dose of DRS. The first one bringing us closer and ready to attack for turn 1. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to attack. And we're going to have a look up the inside if we're close enough. Yes, we are. And we get that move done. Up into P10. Into the top 10 once again. And we've lost Mick Schumacher from the top 10. So he must have made a mistake somewhere unseen to us. Right, Tsunoda is next. P9. And it's not just 1 point that's available on the table here. It's a potential 2. So it's like waiting for buses. You wait for 1 and 2 come along at once. But we are really tucked up behind Tsunoda, and I'm just going to be a little bit patient here. I'm not going to rush this one because we are quicker and there is a way through. So just going to bide my time a little bit here. We're probably not going to catch Lando Norris, but we are going to have a chance at Tsunoda here. Right, we've got the run. We've got the DRS. Are we going to get through on the first DRS point? Yes, we are. A dive up the inside of the final corner. Although that does leave us vulnerable for the straight, but Tsunoda did not get a good exit out of there. So I think anything Tsunoda does at this point, we can cover. He doesn't really have to run, does he? So next up is Magnussen and Norris. And one thing I've just noticed, Magnussen has a penalty. So Magnussen, we've got more points on offer here, because Magnussen's got a penalty. We could end up being P8 here. Tsunoda's having a look round the outside of me. Tsunoda really having a look there and having a go. But we've covered that one off. Tsunoda getting quite determined to get that P9 back, because he also thinks P8 is on the table. He also thinks he can stay within that zone of Magnussen. And Magnussen and Norris have been battling, so that's only closing us down on them. Is Tsunoda going to have another go on this lap? It looks like he's going to. Yes, Tsunoda's having a look down the inside. We're going to try and hold him out around the outside here.
Come on, you can win that place back.
Of course I can win that place back, because I just did. Anyway, we take P9 back of Tsunoda. and Magnussen and Norris are still battling. That is not helping Magnussen with his penalty, and Tsunoda is also not helping me stay within that zone. So, cheers Yuki, that's not what I needed. Lap 22, there's just 4 laps to go. What can we do with where we are at now? What can we catch Magnussen? I think we can now because the safety car has come out. Why is that? Sainz has gone into Russell and then he squeezed Hamilton into the wall. What? I'm going to have to look back a little bit further to understand what happened there. Right, so Russell is having a run on Carlos. He's going around the outside, side by side into the last corner. Sainz has gone into Russell, and then he turns in and just squeezes Hamilton. Well, Carlos Sainz has clearly lost his mind here as he pits in for a new wing, and the safety car is out, and Carlos Sainz will actually emerge just in front of us. The order now seems to be Verstappen, Russell, and Alonso in P3. Hamilton's out of the race, and the safety car is now coming in, and I am fancying a go at that Ferrari. I am really fancying a go at that Ferrari, but I've not really anticipated very well where the yellow flag ends. But we're going to have a look down the inside of turn 1 on the Ferrari. Can we get past Carlos Sainz? Can we give Ferrari a bit of a headache? I'm trying to give Carlos a bit of a squeeze there, but he's in a Ferrari. That car is ridiculously OP compared to ours. I mean, compared to our car, that car is a rocket ship. Right, here comes Carlos Sainz now. Is he going to... Surely he's not going to have a look at Kevin Magnussen round the outside there. Surely he's not. Yes, he is. And he's got it done. Carlos Sainz just has no chill in this race today. Right, here comes Yuki Tsunoda on me. I wasn't anticipating that. And in fact, I've tagged him trying to tuck in too early to get the slipstream. And that's front wing damage. I'm now going to have a look down the inside of the corner. Tsunoda's going to squeeze me. And that is even more front wing damage for me there. Tsunoda squeezed me towards the wall there. But I do think I went for that one a bit late. So put that one down to a racing incident. Right, trying to go around the outside of Tsunoda. He's covered the inside. He's only giving me the whip of an F1 car, but you know what? That's all I need, and I will take that place back, thank you very much. I've now got front wing damage, so I'm going to try and stay within Magnussen's 5 seconds, just to try and get that extra position. Tsunoda's coming back past me here, though. I'm going to try and hold him out around the outside there. Oh, I've tagged the wall, and I've got that completely wrong. I've let Tsunoda go because I did turn in on him and tag him, and then I went across, so I felt it was only fair to let Tsunoda through, but in doing that, I've accidentally let Perez through. Now, what is Lando Norris doing here? That is a very brave dive bomb to make. So at the end, mistakes were made. I think I did crumble a little bit under the pressure. I turned in on Tsunoda, and then I went across the corner, so I let him back through, but I wasn't intending to let Perez through. But are we going to be able to hold on here? Because Ocon is going to try and drag us to the line. He isn't able to. So we do end up still finishing in the points. We end up P9 courtesy of Magnussen's penalty. It is 2 points for us at Jeddah. Come on.
A sterling effort from the team and a magnificent drive to secure victory here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an exit.
I do apologise
So
for my
let's see how the
mistakes at
drivers'
the end
standings
there,
have
but
changed.
still
Not the
a
result
solid
our
drive to
wanted,
finish
but it certainly makes
P9
things interesting
in the
going
Saudi
forward.
Arabian
Let's focus
Grand
on
Prix,
driving
and
today, actually,
Verstappen had a
Davidson. Who do you
penalty.
pick?
I
So
have to give it
George
to Joker.
Russell
Look at
takes
where they
his
finished
first
compared to where
win
they
in this
started. It's not easy to
F122
cut through the
campaign,
field like that in
and
Formula One.
Fernando
It was a great
Alonso
effort.
Let's move on to
finishes
the
P2.
constructors.
What a
Red Bull
result for
further
him.
ahead in the standings.
Verstappen gets
There's also a
third,
strong
then
shot
it's
from the Mercedes
Bottas,
team
Norris,
today
Sainz,
as they make their
Tsunoda,
way up the
Perez,
standings.
myself and Ocon
Well, what an end
rounding
to
out the
another
10.
fantastic weekend of
I mean,
racing.
some
Thanks
will
to
say
everyone
that
who's
I
joined
did
us,
throw away
and we'll see
P7
you
there,
for
but
the next
Tsunoda was up my inside. I feel like I probably should have backed off and accepted that, but, you know, I was going to race for it. I was racing for every point I could get there, and unfortunately, it did go wrong for me. I did clip the wall, and then I went wide, turning in, trying to cover Tsunoda, so I had to let him go. I didn't mean to let Perez go, though. I was hoping I could keep ahead of the Red Bull, but not to be. But it's still P9, it's still 2 points, and I'm still very happy with that race. I'm very happy to have picked up a couple of points. And Verstappen still leads the championship standings. Russell now up to second, and Alonso running third. What is this championship order? But thank you very much for watching this installment of Career Mode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing that race. Don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button if you are new here and you want to see more content from me. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing after that result. Until the next time in Australia, it is goodbye from me. TTFN guys, and thank you once again for watching.